This is Phil Woolery with Purdue Extension, and today we're out in a soybean field to check the population and determine if we need to replant. So the first step, if you're thinking your soybean stand is kind of thin, is to determine what's the cause. Did we have bad seed, planter error, machinery malfunction? Was it insects or disease? And we need to address that problem before we do replanting. So another thing you need to consider is how many plants do we have out here? Is it going to be enough to give us a good enough yield, or are we going to come back and replant? So two methods that we're going to demonstrate today is the linear method. So we'll need a tape measure and also the hula hoop measure. So let's get started on that. So after checking our corn and soybean field guide, it says there that on 30-inch rows, we need to measure out 21 inches and count how many plants you have in 21 inches of one row, and that will be 1/10,000th of an acre. If you're on 15-inch rows, you're going to want to count 21 inches of two rows, and that will give you 1/10,000th of an acre. And if you're on 7.5-inch rows, you count 21 inches in 4 rows, and that will give you 1/10,000th of an acre. You're going to want to do this in different spots randomly and average that out to get a good idea of the population of the field. So here we have our 21 inches, and they're pretty evenly spaced, but if you have more clumps, so we have long spots with nothing in, but then we have spots that makes it more difficult to estimate the yield and everything there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seedlings, so that if we average out 6 over the whole area, that'll work out to 60,000 seedlings per acre, and that's pretty low. Our ideal range is around 100 to 120,000 seedlings per acre for adequate yields. With the hula hoop method, we're going to throw the hula hoop randomly in a couple spots and take an average of how many seedlings are inside the hula hoop. So here we go, throw it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seedlings in there. And in our field guide, we come here and it's based on the diameter of our hula hoop. This one is 32. And we have 6 plants in there. In the table here, we see across the top, we have the inside diameter of our hula hoops listed, and down the left we have number of plants. That would be the number of plants you found counted inside your hula hoop. So for us, we have 32 inches, and we're going to look for 6, but we see it jumps from 1 to 10. So we're going to have to do a little math. So for one plant, works out to 7.8, so we're just going to multiply 7.8 times 6, which gives us 46.8. So this means we have 46,800 plants per acre here. Now you're going to want to do this several spots throughout the field to get a good average on this. And this method works better in shorter spacings, not 30-inch rows typically. 7.5 or drilled fields will work better with this. So we have determined in this field we've got some spots that are around 60,000 plants per acre, which is lower than we would like, and other spots around 80,000 plants per acre. So we're going to replant some of these now, and we're going to wait and see if some of these other spots will germinate more, and we might have to come back and replant. And we're also going to leave some spots without replanting and compare those. So we'll have replanting right now we're at VC growth stage, and we're going to wait a while, maybe about a week, and come back and replant some more, and then we're going to leave other spots at those lower populations of 60,000 plants per acre and 80,000 plants per acre. And we're going to compare our results throughout the season, looking at our extra input that we have to do with more seed planted, and also looking at yields and weed control.